Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Thomas Halbert, back at it again with yet another video. I am so sorry for being off of YouTube. I decided to take a little bit of a break from YouTube just because I have been working on so many different projects behind the scenes. I am currently working on my second channel. I'll have the link down below for you guys. My second channel where I'll be posting vlogs, short films, mukbangs, anything that's outside of the world of beauty for the most part. I'm gonna be doing lifestyle stuff over there, like an apartment tour series, an apartment decoration series, vlogs, everything that is personal to my life that you don't get to see outside of the studio. I'm going to be putting it on my second channel. So it's basically my life outside of the studio. So I'll link that down below for you guys to go subscribe to. The first video will be out sometime in August. I've also been working on my podcast that has been time consuming and just prepping for all that, creating content for that, scripts, all that stuff. It's going to be really, really fun. It's going to be a really fun podcast with me and my two other friends, Michael and Bruno. And I will be sure to give you guys more information about that as soon as it comes out. But I believe the first podcast will be out next month. There will be a channel for that as well. It's not made yet, but there will be. It's going to be like a video podcast, but it's also going to be on Spotify and iTunes. I'll of course give you guys more information on that when it becomes available. But in today's video, I'm going to be coming back to YouTube. I'm going to give you guys a full in-depth review of the new Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation and Concealer. I got all of the stuff right here. I'm gonna give you guys like a full review, the full rundown. I have been using this for a few months, and of course this video is in partnership with Urban Decay Cosmetics. This is 100% sponsored, but I will say this, all opinions are my own, and I've been using this foundation for about 3 months now, and I gotta say, I have a lot to say about this guy right here. You guys already seen me tease it and just talk about it. I've posted so many pictures of my skin up close on social media because, spoiler alert, this is the best foundation ever made. If you're not already subscribed, I'd love to have you. We're pretty chill over here and we enjoy memes. I want to see how many thumbs up I can get this video, but I want to reach it. I want to see if we can get to like 10K, 15K likes maybe. Comment down below some products that you've been loving, some foundations you've been loving. Let me know if you did pick up this foundation. I would like to know. I know a lot of you have already picked it up from my tweets and my Instagram posts and said that you already love the foundation. So we'll see how you guys like it. I'm almost guaranteed that you're gonna love this foundation because I tell you right now, it's really bomb. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this review. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to be talking about the foundation. This is the new Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation with up to 24-hour wear. I have the shade 41NN and the shade 10NN. This is actually, I believe, the lightest shade, and then this is my spray tan shade. So this is the shade that I'm probably going to be using. I'm going to mix a little bit in with this one. So there is up to 50 shades of this foundation. And the really cool thing about this foundation is there is basically every undertone you can ever think of. And the really cool thing I like about this foundation immediately right off the bat when it comes to the shade range is the fact that it's not like overbearing. Like there's some foundation shade ranges out there that, yes, there's like 50, 100 shade ranges, but they don't have those weird in-betweens that no one really talks about. This one provides that like in-between shades. Like they have so many different in-between shades. You know, I have so many friends of mine that are like, I'm warm toned, but I'm not too warm. I know some foundations are super, super yellow and I'm not very, very yellow. And like, I love the foundation formula, but it's too yellow. But the thing about the Urban Decay shade range is that they do like this whole system of like, there's warm neutral, there's warm warm, there's neutral neutral, there's cool neutral, there's cool cool. There's so many different undertones and master tones. You'll easily be able to find your shade. You know what I mean? So I'm in the shade 41 and in my tan stage. And then I went ahead and picked up the lightest shade just because, you know, when you're going through the phases of a fake tan, you get lighter and lighter. So I just take this and then do like 1 pump of this and then 2 pumps of this. And then like, you know what I mean? Like I slowly, I just use these two to get my perfect shade until eventually I'm back to Casper, if you will. And that's the same thing that goes with the concealer. The concealer comes in a huge shade range as well. And that's really cool. So another important thing to know about the foundation is that it is up to 24 hours wear. I have not unfortunately worn it up to 24 hours, but I will say this, I've worn it, the longest I've worn it was 13 to 14-ish hours. And honestly, it's pretty long wear. It's pretty long wear. It is a skin-like, a real skin-like matte finish. So it is matte, but well, I'll give you more information on that in a second. And they also claim that it is medium coverage that is buildable, and it's super flexible on the skin, so it moves with the skin. It sets on the skin as well. And this is also a water-based foundation. So that is all the tea on the foundation. That is everything Urban Decay says about the foundation. And honestly, I agree with everything, except I have my own little spin. I've done several experimentations on this foundation because I've had time to experiment with it for about 3 months. When it comes to the finish of the foundation, I do agree that it is a matte foundation, but I will say that it's a customizable finish, if I'm being honest with you. It really depends on your skin prep. So what I like to do with this is I'll go in with a thicker moisturizer. In my skincare routine, I do that anyways. And on top of that, I will use a radiant primer or a very dewy primer. And then I'll go into the foundation, and it'll kind of get the foundation, not a matte finish, but more of like a normal radiant finish that you can still set. It just gives it a little bit more of a glow to it rather than like matte. Do you know what I mean? On its own, without doing some crazy prep, I will say that it is more of a satin matte, like a normal matte, like they claim it is. It's not overly drying, so if you do have dry skin and you're scared of that, trust me, it's not like Sahara Desert, like gonna suck the life out of your skin. It's not gonna do that. If anything, it's probably gonna sit really nicely on your skin. If you have oily skin, it's gonna look really nice on you. I will say this though, if you have oily skin, maybe do your mattifying primers or your pore filling primers. But also to those of you with oily skin, because I know a lot of my oily skin people out there like to use oils on their skin because oils in your skincare do balance out oily skin people. Little bit of a skincare lesson for you. Don't use too heavily thick oils on top of this or underneath this foundation because it is more of a water-based foundation. But it does work with oils. If it's like a less thick oil, it's like a more my day-to-day oil or like an oil primer, it'll work fine with this foundation. But don't do any like really crazy thick over-the-top oils, otherwise the foundation might start doing weird things. That's just normal. Water and oil doesn't, you know, water and oil science. With that being said, let's wear the foundation. There are so many people that are like, Thomas, why is this your favorite foundation? Why has it quickly become your go-to? And there's a lot of reasons as to why. I was really happy that Urban Decay reached out to me and said, we'd love to have a meeting with you. We would like you to try out our new foundation that we're launching. And you guys know that I have really sensitive skin. I have a hard time having anything work on my skin. I mean, just before I sat down to have this meeting with them, I tried another foundation that completely broke me out and made me look like, just ruined my confidence. And it's been really, really hard being able to sit here and find a foundation that is unique to me, that works perfect for me. I mean, a lot of you are like, Thomas, we get it. You have sensitive skin, girl. Like, how many times do we have to hear it? And I'm just like, well, you're gonna have to hear about it until I find something that works for it and that doesn't break me out over time or after the first use. And I don't know what it is about the foundation. I think it's because it is water-based and the ingredient list on it is not harsh or crazy. Like, there is so many foundations out there right now that are full coverage, that have crazy perfumes in it, that have like insanely highly comedogenic, basically bad for your skin. And this one has a normal list of ingredients. I tried it out for a month and I didn't break out once from it. And I know immediately when a foundation breaks me out, it doesn't make my skin itch. Was another thing that I noticed, because a lot of foundations make my skin itch. As you can see, it completely like covered my face, but I can go in. I'm gonna do my forehead off camera. Please don't bully me. I can go in with one more layer and it's like extreme coverage. And it's like, still looks like my skin, still feels lightweight on the skin. It still feels good and it doesn't like feel cakey or weird, or it doesn't start to build up or coagulate or do anything weird on the pores. It just feels like a normal, if anything, it feels like I'm putting a tinted moisturizer on. And that's another thing, because I hate the feeling of makeup on my face so much. I hate it. I hate knowing that there's something on my face. As much as I love the transformative process of makeup, I hate feeling it on my face. And as you can see, it's starting to dry down and you still have that radiant glow to your skin. And that's what I've been really enjoying lately because it looks like your skin but better. And you guys, I know that this is a review, but it's not a first impressions. This is a full-on review, and I've been using this for 3 months, and this has been hands down a game changer for my makeup routine. I have never gotten compliments on my skin before or my makeup complexion, like my complexion makeup. It's always my eyeshadow or my lipstick or my highlighter, but when it comes to, I've never had people compliment my skin before, and this is the first time ever that someone comes up to me and be like, your makeup looks really good. Like, your skin looks beautiful. We're in an age of Facetune, and I can sit here and take a photo of my skin and not feel the need to blur it with Skin Smoother. It's just mind-blowing to me. You guys know this is a sponsored video, but I mean it when I say Urban Decay can take their money back. They could, Urban Decay, please pay me. I would sit here at this table and be so about this foundation, even if I wasn't getting paid. I haven't done my forehead yet, please ignore that. But it's been some time and it's dried down a little bit. And as you can see, it looks nice. Like, this is a beautiful sheen. Like, it looks radiant and beautiful, and like my skin looks like skin and like radiant and pretty. And that's what was important about me with this foundation, is the fact that I can customize the finish for it. I can even get dewier. I can put an oil underneath this and it'll make it look super dewy, but this is like a very natural, radiant skin-like finish. It can get matter than this if you go in with mattifying primers. I just like how this formula is very changeable, if that makes any sense. So the concealer that I have is a little light, so I'm just gonna do a little bit. I haven't been able to try the concealer for that long, so I'm not gonna really talk too heavy about the concealer, but it is a very full coverage concealer. The concealer consistency is really nice. Again, it matches the formula of the foundation in a sense of like, it's lightweight, but it still packs a punch of coverage. It lasts a very long time. The one thing I will say about the concealer is it's very matte. So if you do have dry under eyes, I would prep your skin really nicely, just so your under eyes can handle it. So now that my concealer is set, what I like to do now with this foundation, you can leave it here because it does not transfer at all. Like, it will be zero transfer. I've took naps in this foundation, and very little, like, I'm a driller. When I drool, it doesn't really come off that much, but I'll take naps in this and it won't be on my pillowcase, which is also very shocking to me as it is for you at home. And it doesn't get everywhere. Like, it can last a makeout session, which is good. It's good. I'm gonna set it anyways with a illuminating loose powder, just because I just like to ensure that my stuff stays on all day, and I like to use a very illuminating face powder just because that has been my vibe. So I'm just gonna quickly do the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I'll be back with my final thoughts, everything how I feel. I'm not gonna be doing a wear test in today's video, unfortunately, just because I just don't have time to. What I make sure I do before I go in with the rest of my powders is I'll go in with my Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the Summer Solstice setting spray. This just smells really good. I'm actually literally all out of my pollution protection, literally all out. This is usually my other favorite. I think I have like another, oh wait. Okay, now I'm out. But I really like to go pretty heavy handed with the setting spray because it really melts the powder into the skin, and it makes the foundation look amazing, and it makes the foundation last even longer. While my face is still damp, I'm gonna go into my highlighter. So I'm just gonna quickly finish my face off camera. And I'll be right back with my final thoughts of the foundation, whether or not I recommend it. I'll give you some more information on the foundation as well. And yeah. Okay guys, so I finished my makeup off camera. If you guys are interested in a list of the products I used, I'll put them in the description box. My overall review and my final thoughts on this foundation is that I really strongly suggest all of you, especially if you have sensitive skin, if you're just having a hard time finding a matte foundation or a foundation that looks good on your skin, if you have texture, if you have pimples, trust me when I say this foundation is going to work for you. I mean it. You guys know that I'm always very hard on products. I'm very picky on products. I'm very iffy on products. And when I sat down with Urban Decay at this meeting 3 months ago, and I got to swatch the formula, I got to try, I got to see all the shades, I got to test it, and then they let me go home with it. and play around with it. The first time I applied it, I was genuinely taken aback because I've never tried a foundation so beautiful on my skin, and it's always made me a little insecure to go outside of my house with makeup on. I don't feel like that anymore. I go out in this foundation, I feel confident, I feel sexy, I feel beautiful. It's been hard for me, like someone that does have a lot of skin issues. And you know, I have male skin, I have men's skin, and men's skin are a little bit more tougher, a little bit more porous, a little bit more rough, and my skincare routine is top effing notch. Let me tell you something. I have never had a foundation reflect how good my skincare is, reflect how hard I work on my skin, and this is the first time I can put on a foundation and be like, wow, you know, I look beautiful. I can look in the mirror and be like, your face is beautiful, you're beat, you're stamped. And that's why I'm so about this foundation, and I'm so about Urban Decay working with me, and why, you know, you guys know I very rarely take brand deals, makeup brand deals, because makeup is so specific for me, and people don't realize that makeup is so unique to the person, and I don't want to try any other foundation. I don't want to hear about any other foundation. This foundation is amazing. It's amazing for sensitive skin. Right now, just saying this, I feel like I can't believe I'm saying it. I can't believe I'm like, I like a foundation for once. I just believe in this, and I definitely recommend you guys go try it out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll have a link to where you can get this foundation down below. You can get it in stores, you can get it online. I just feel like this was a beautiful collaboration that I'm just really grateful for this, and I'm so happy that I got to share with you guys a foundation I'm obsessed with. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I will see you guys in my next video, which will be very soon. Bye guys.